Notability. So I'll show you the symbol. It's that one there. That one there. It's called Notability. You have a pen. You can use it in different modes, so you can use it via AirPlay and some other clever stuff. Lots of people ask me that, so I hope that helps. Complete diversion, right? What is the difference between a 2K and a 20K? And I'm going to use those two examples. With the caveat that I am removing subjective variables like value, and I'm removing subjective variables like market authority, time in the market, brand, prestige, these kind of things, because those variables are obviously crucially important to actually pricing the product. If you generate outstanding results consistently, you will be able to charge more than someone who does the same functional stuff but doesn't have the track record, the brand, the prestige. It is just how markets work. But let's be more helpful than that and remove variables, which is, what do you need inside your coaching offer to confidently construct it and confidently price it for the market, both in terms of what their expectations are in terms of results and what their expectations are in terms of affordability and any other constraints with that. And what does that actually look like in practical terms? So I want you to keep supposed to be an apostrophe, 3 C's. And this is to help you construct your offer. And I'm going to do it in a convenient bar box graph. The first C is content. So content in practical terms is, videos, templates, it's, for want of a better word, a course. It is essential to give your clients content to let them self-pace, let them learn, and let them see the underlying mechanics of what they're doing and get the confidence to do those things themselves with assistance from yourself or your team. Even if you coach one-on-one, you should be giving your clients access to content. It's not negotiable. If you make yourself the center of your coaching business, that the only time that value is transferred is if someone jumps on Zoom or they sit in front of you, you are screwing yourself and you are screwing your client, because things don't work in that linear piece, and you put yourself at the center of the business and you make it unscalable. You'll make codependency happen, and all kinds of problems will show up. Give your clients access to videos. I don't care if they are crappy Loom videos recorded on something. I don't care if they're Google Docs. It doesn't matter. Give your clients content so they can self-pace and get you out of the middle of your coaching business. Full stop. The third C is community. Again, I don't see this as a negotiable. The group is better than the individual. I convalesce my clients who have access to Smart Alex and various other products and services that we have in something called the Syndicate. It is called the Syndicate because we syndicate knowledge. There are people in our community who know a massive amount about certain things I have no idea about, and they have a massive amount of value. You can do that through Facebook groups. You can do that through Slack. You can do that through Voxer. You can do that through Telegrams, oldie but coming back again. That's a slightly bigger variable box, because the more intensive that you have it, a Facebook group is the lowest friction client community to run. A Slack group is considerably more because people can DM you. Voxer is even more. Telegram is even more because people have that personal access. Generally, the lower friction it is, the more people that join, the more group orientated it is. Most people have Facebook groups. They're really good. Increasingly, more and more coaches have a Facebook group, maybe plus something else that's either extra or more access, or has, we deliver a lot more of our technical and back-end support through direct channels, but in the group, we have the community piece. The big variable in the 2K versus 20K thing is the third C, customization. Customization is where the cost lies. The cost not only in terms of if you're hiring coaches and those things, but also the cost in terms of the time that you spend actually getting the result for the client. So in customization, really we've got everything all the way from, group calls, which again, even if you do one-on-one, get your clients together, one-on-one calls, meetings, and increasingly these days, services, done for you pieces. In general, if your clients have more money than time, you want to increase the level of customization. They want more things done for them, and they are prepared to pay for it. We work with a lot of consultants / coaches, consultants who do coaching or coaches who do consulting. It's a moot point these days. Especially in the corporate B2B markets, they expect more customization and they are prepared to pay more because they're more used to having things done. And there's no upper limit on what you can charge for those things if you do more of the heavy lifting for the actual client. And again, I'm removing variables like, prestige and brand. McKinsey can charge a lot more than Joe down the block for kind of the same thing. But that is a variable that we can't control. These are the variables we can control. So if you want to charge more money, add more customization. Customization saves the people who have that more of that in exchange for that. People who have more time are generally prepared to pay more money to get more time. People who don't have... I screwed that up, didn't I? People who have not much time will pay more money. People who have lots of time generally don't have much money. See the relationship? So in terms of, when you're constructing your coach, it should be, get through this. Okay, we're going to put a course together. We're going to put a program together. What are we going to use? That's a 5-minute job. Here is where the careful consideration and product design goes into about the level of customization that you're going to have. And this will, in context of where you are in the timeline of your coaching journey, matters as well. I highly encourage the people that are in our community to add one-on-one components and intimate components early on to the customer journey to make them better and increase their skills. Because the better you get at delivering that, the more leverage that you'll generate later. So often, as they go along, they might do more things for the client. And as they go along, they can charge the same, but they can actually reduce the level of customization that they're undertaking themselves because they get better at the delivery piece, or they work out the shortcuts and the efficiencies in that. So customization is where you need to spend careful consideration around product design, because that flows through to your pricing. And customization is based on your understanding of the market. Do they have a lot of time? Okay, well, get them to do a lot more work and subsequently charge them probably less money. Do they have not much time? Okay, charge them a lot of money and do a lot of the work for them and the delivery of that, and then just coach them to the what, why, and the how of why those things are happening, and get them to take responsibility for the things that they need to take responsibility for. It's not any more kind of like complicated than that. Do not get hung up on for weeks and weeks and weeks whether you're going to use a LinkedIn group or a Facebook group. Just choose one and get on with it, and you can always change later. Customization is where the product design goes, where the consideration goes, where the pricing goes, and where the value comes out of. So put your effort and your energy into that. I hope that helps some people, because constructing these things done well, takes time and iterations. And generally, the first 10 versions, the first 20 versions are going to look kind of slightly different as you go along, and efficiencies will come out. And that is perfectly natural, and it increases your average, your effective hourly rate as you go along. The best thing to do is just start and put those things together and literally go, I think the market will pay that. Other people are charging this, let's go, and adding those components there. You can get tricky as you go along the way. These days with technology becoming a lot easier, you can do a lot more customization for people, and you can hand over a lot more pre-done work and then just changing the format of it. So I hope that helps some people, because so many people get kind of jammed up here around these different considerations around pricing. 3C's model is something we've used for years to help kind of people think around these things, because it becomes quite binary and it forces people to make choices. And so I hope it helps you as well.